Hello everyone and welcome back. Last time we left off by creating a character controller, and I think this time we will start getting into creating our world and making it more lively. And to do that, all I did was upload some assets and tiles that we will be using to create our world. As I said last time, all of the assets used will be available for you to download alongside the lessons. So I think we can get started. Now, we need to create a new scene, and we're going to choose a 2D scene, and we're going to get a node 2D. Let's double click it and rename it world, since it's going to be the root of our world. And I want to save it in the scenes folder, of course. We're just going to match the name here with a capital W. And I want to bring our player that we created into our world scene. And to do that, we're just going to select world. We're going to click on the chain icon. And here we'll have two scenes. Now, of course, we're going to select the player.tscn. And here we have our player in our new scene. Perfect. Now, to make this a bit better, we're going to create a tilemap. We're going to select world and create the tilemap. And in here, we're going to select the tilemap and go all the way to tileset and change it from empty to new tileset. This will bring up this window. And if it doesn't, you'll find this window right over here. So you can just click it on your own. And in here, we're just going to have to drag and drop our tiles. In our case, it's called grass.png. And it'll say it will automatically define them for us. We can just click yes. But in this case, it won't work yet, because by default, the texture region is 16 by 16. But in our case, our tiles are 12 by 12. So we need to define a new texture region and then click on each one of them. Of course, if you're using other tiles that were not provided by this project, then you'll have to make sure what is the texture region for the tiles and then change it depending on the size of your tiles. Now, after we defined it, we can actually go to our tile map here, click on this button and select any of them, select the pen tool, and we can draw in our world. But we can notice a gap between our tiles. And that's because if we select tile set right over here on the right, and we can see the tile size is still 16 by 16. So we need to change this as well to 12 by 12. And now we have no gaps between our tiles. So this will hide our player though, so we need to change this. So we're going to select our player. We're going to go down to ordering. We're going to change the Z index to 2. Now our player is always on top of the tile map. So we have our tiles now. We can just try and paint something real quick. Let's put this down so we can see what we're painting. Tile map. And to draw big lines, big straight lines, all you need to do is hold shift and then drag. And this will let you make lines. And you can do it like so. So we can create a big square. And then select the fill tool or the bucket tool, and then just fill everything up straight away. Now you can see we are currently doing all of this on layer 0, but I want to name this layer and give it a better name. So we're going to call this ground. So now we're on the ground layer, and we also want to have another layer called crops that we won't use for now, but we will use in the future. And we're going to be drawing our crops on that layer. So we're actually changing its Z index to 1 since we want the crops to be on top of the ground. Perfect. Now, what I want to do is I want to have a function that will tell me where exactly is my mouse in the world. So to make it easier to understand, later on, I want to click on any of these tiles, and let's say I want to turn these tiles from grass to dirt. Not all of them, but just one of them. Yes. So if I click on this tile, I want it to turn into dirt. But how we're going to do that is we need to get the position in the tile map itself, and then we can get the exact tile in that position and then switch it up to one of the other tiles. We can switch it up to this dirt or water dirt or even the crops later on. So to do that, we're going to start off by selecting our world. We're going to create a world script. We're going to change the folder to scripts, so if we want to stay organized. We're going to hit create. And now, and now we're just going to have to go into our func process. I'm going to check. Actually, let's create an action for it first. So let's go into our input map and create an action called interact. I want this action to be my right mouse button, so we're going to click OK. And now we can do if input dot is action just pressed, and we're going to select our interact right here. If we interacted, if we clicked on the button to interact with the map, I want to get my mouse position. So we're going to do mouse pause, vector2, and I want to do get global mouse position. And this will give us our mouse position in the global world. Now, we can't really use this on the tile map, so we need to convert it to a tile map position. And to do that, first of all, I would like to reference the tile map. So we're going to do onReady var tile map, and it's going to be a tile map. And we're going to do tile map like so. So we don't really have to reference, so we don't need to reference it every time we are going to call the tile map, and we are going to call it a lot of times. So in this case, we're going to make another variable right now. We're going to do var tile map pause, and it's going to be a vector2i. And the difference between vector2 and vector2i is vector2 uses floats or decimal numbers, while vector2i only uses integers. And we need a vector2i when we are interacting with our tile map. So we're going to do vector2i equals tilemap dot local to map. We're going to give it the position. So we're going to give it the mouse position right here. And it's going to take our mouse position and convert it to a tile map position. And I'll print both of them so you can see the difference. So we're going to do print mouse pause. We're going to also print the tile map pause. So you see the difference between this and that. We can just start the scene. And now if I right click, let's say here, this is the global mouse position, while this is the tile map position. It is not even remotely close. For example, this is the 0, 0 position. This is the first tile in the entire tile map. It's 0, 0, while our mouse position is 9.6 and etc. That's why we needed to do all of this. Now that we have our mouse position, we can actually set something up real quick. We can actually just change this real quick. We can change the tile just for testing purposes real quick. Let's do tilemap dot set cell. And we're going to change the cell. So it's asking us, let's actually make this a bit bigger so we can see. It's asking us for our layer first, then our coordinates, then the source ID, then the atlas coords, and then the alternative title, which we can just ignore. So we need these first. Now, for our layer, it's going to be 0, since we are using our ground layer. And our ground layer is on the z-index of 0. Or basically, it's like the first layer. So this is 0, this is 1. So crops is 1 and layer is 0. And so we can set that as 0. Now, it needs our coords, which is tilemap pause. That's our coordinates. And now it needs our ground source ID. And the ground source ID is basically this, which position is this sprite sheet in. In our case, it's also 0. So we can bring it up real quick. So we can do 0 here as well. And it's also asking us for a atlas coordinate. And what basically the atlas coordinate is, it's a vector to I. And let's give you an example so it's easier. If you hover with your mouse, you can see the information that we needed in that function. In our case, it's source and atlas coordinates. Atlas coordinates is 0, 0. The next one is 1, 0. And the next one is 2, 0. And that's a vector to I. So some sprite sheets or tile sets have multiple rows. So it would change from, let's say in this example, 1, 0. If we had another thing over here, it would be 1, 1. And that's basically what our atlas coordinates are. In our case, it's 1, 0. So we're going to do a vector to I, and we're going to do 1, 0. And that's basically it. Let's try this out real quick and see if it works. Let's right click and it changes the tile that we click on to dirt. And that's basically it. We are just getting started, but we will take these basics and add more onto them, and then we will get to the finished product. And yeah, see you guys next time.